Heavenly Delusions continues to be just absolutely shocking. I think we can all probably say that this is probably by far, probably with a tiny bit of it maybe going to next week, probably by far the most disgusting episode of Heavenly Delusions. Just from the standpoint, obviously you have it to where Kiriko, aka Haruki, pretty much finally, after all this time, finds Robin, the person he was looking for the entire time. He, she, whatever, was looking for. And holy crap, man. To find out that the person he was looking for this entire time is just practically a disgusting, gross, I guess you could say pervert, but just a dude that just seems like he's just absolutely a bad person. And maybe Haruki is seeing the true Robin here, and maybe this Robin had something for Kiriko, his sister, when he was his sister. But absolutely detestable, gross scene to end off the episode, man. And on top of the fact, you get the school, you get the facility where things happening, explosions are happening, and next thing you know, you have 4 kids seeing the outside of the outside and seeing the legit real world, seeing a world that doesn't look as a post-apocalyptic. Now, what created those explosions? I have no clue. The weird part in that whole situation was you had the newer kids, like, they just look up, they're like, danger, 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 danger. And I was just like, whoa, something's not right with these kids. They can sense that something's not right. And this whole facility, like, everything just, like, practically shuts down of itself, and it's, like, in critical condition. Like, nothing's operating correctly as it should be. I found it hilarious how the old woman, she just starts running, but it seems like she more than likely died because she got caught up in the explosion. But you have it to where, obviously, the doctors, they're doing what they can, but it's strange. It's strange. Obviously, too, they left the other small kids. You had this, like, dream sequence with Tokyo, where Tokyo walks outside because she can't look for her pants, or she can't find her pants. And next thing you know, you have this one robot saying, like, oh, do you want to see what the outside of the outside is? And I guess at the same time, the robot was referencing the fact of the children potentially turn into these man-eaters. So that was weird within itself. The dude said he's gonna go look for Tokyo, but my prediction is, I guess the person that created the explosion, it has to be Tokyo that transformed into a man-eater. That's my only guess, or something else must have happened. I don't know, but it's gonna be interesting to see where Mimi Hime and the other children, what they do in this whole situation now that they're stuck in with the facility. So that was the crazy part of the facility stuff right then and there. We do see the one doctor that wasn't okay with the old lady, like, switching out different brains and things like that. He was taking care of the 2 babies, and it seems like they're gonna run away with the babies, or Tokyo's children, for pretty much, I guess that's how they're gonna end this story arc. But obviously the crazy thing is the fact that Kiriko and Maru, they end up coming across this, like, well-developed town, actually, that actually is doing off pretty well. Like, there's a whole market and everything, and it seems like they made their own little, like, I guess you can say their own little city, pretty much, because, they go up and they smell like these, this food, like this potato, like, soup or thing like that, and it looks pretty good, to be honest. And Maru is like, oh, this looks good, we gotta try it. And they try to put, like, use their cash, but they're like, oh, no, we don't take cash here. We take, like, this different form of, currency. And in order to get this currency, you just have to go register as a citizen here, and you'll be fine. So that's kind of the thing right there. They do that. you know, so they're kind of registered as citizens here. They get the coins, and then that's when Kiriko pretty much asks, like, hey, do you know of a guy named Robin? You know, this guy shows the picture. The dude asks the name, like, what's his name? And she says his full name and everything. And then they give a call. They're like, yeah, there's this person, you know, here looking for you. And says your family pretty much. So one, that kind of bums out Maru a bit because, well, to Maru, it feels like, oh, well, it seems like Kiriko, you know, found who he was looking for pretty much. I guess I'm not needed anymore. And like there was a part in the episode where obviously he has the gun, and he's just like, I wonder if sis needed this. Well, I bet you my ass she would have liked to have it now. But you know, to Kiriko, it's an emotional moment, and pretty much, you know, he's going alone, or she's going alone, and she's rushing there because deep down that's Haruki, and he wants to see her, like, or he wants to see Robin that bad and tell him, because to Haruki, Robin's all he's got left, of anything that is from his childhood. And, you know, when he comes across Robin the first time, you know, Robin acts like, oh, wow, that's very interesting. I don't understand if I can take what you're telling me. Now, at first, when they first see each other, Robin gave this, like, weird expression like he's afraid or something of her. Like, okay, did something happen in the flashback that we didn't see? Or something. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe he doesn't want to see her because something crazy must have happened in the backstory, and wants nothing to do with them anymore, or Kiriko anymore. And you know, surprisingly, I guess you get a cutscene, or a cutscene, like a cut in the episode, to where eventually he hears Kiriko out, and pretty much Kiriko, at first he doesn't believe it, but then at the same time, like, he's like, well, you look like Kiriko, but you do sound like Haruki, so I guess that's something. Or Haruka or whatever. You do sound like the boy I know. So pretty much, that was kind of acknowledgement, like, okay, I think I pretty much believe you. And pretty much she's like, listen, we can talk and things like that later and catch up, and, you know, and tell us like, oh, this is how the civilization's been running, and things like that. So that's kind of the stuff right then and there. You know, and then he's like, hey, you should probably take a bath. You know, you're probably exhausted and tired and everything. You know, so Kiriko takes the bath. After the bath is over, or during the bath, obviously Kiriko's just happy because Robin is back in his life, or her back in his/her life. And pretty much Kiriko is kind of gets a little bit of trauma, saying like that she just needs Robin pretty much. And the thing is, when Kiriko gets out of the bath, pretty much asking like, hey, where's my change of clothes? And then freaking Robin is like, oh, I was just drying them for a bit, you know, come over here, and things like, and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, that's just weird. And in the meantime, you know, we cut back to Maru he's pretty much thinking of Kiriko. And he goes to actually go get the food that he wanted. It's funny because there was these other girls that pretty much hit on Maru, and again, he turned them down. I understand he has a crush on Kiriko, but like, my goodness, man, you're turning down women who want you? I'm like, geez Louise, just take him over, you know? But then again, maybe you had a feeling like, okay, Kiriko might come back, and if Kiriko sees what I'm doing with girls, well then I'm gonna get my ass whooped. But he might as well would have done that. But I hope honestly now he actually goes over to the facility to go save her, because then all of a sudden you have Robin come out of like the corner, and he's like, oh, I have something I wanted to show you, or something that I wanted to do, and he gave that evil look, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, don't tell me my freaking prediction came true, that deep down, somehow, the old lady survived that explosion and put her brain in Robin's body. and is gonna do some sort of weird experiment. I was literally like, oh shit, my prediction is coming true. That's actually the old lady. It's the old lady we saw from the backstory, but I'm like, wait a second, that can't be the old lady because I swear we saw the old lady die. But then again, with these anime, you actually need to see a deceased body before you confirm it being dead. So, but even in this scene alone, I'm like, okay, no self-respect, no woman would do that. And pretty much, the scene gets from like bad to like absolutely disturbing. Pretty much Robin pretty much handcuffs Kiriko's hands to the point here Kiriko can't do anything. Removes her towel because he took her clothes. And all Kiriko had was just a towel. So pretty much puts Kiriko on the bed, and is like pretty much putting himself on top of her forcefully, and it's getting to the disturbing point where you know what he's going to do. I'm not going to say it, but he's going to pretty much, Robin is pretty much going to R-word Kiriko right then and there. And what makes it even more disgusting and disturbing is the fact that in a way he acknowledges the fact like, oh, Haruki, you know, it's just crazy, and like it's talking about Kiriko's body, and he's going on to say like, how do you feel that another man is, you know, how do you feel that the sister you love so much is being touched by another man? And he's being really, really absolutely disgusting and disturbing. Like, it was honestly, when I was watching this, it was a disturbing ass scene just to watch the last few bits of the episode. And I understand even at this point they're cutting back to the past and with the kids and then this, but you know, you get like even more disturbing of like how demented Robin is. I don't know if he had like a thing for Kiriko and he always wanted to like be with Kiriko or do something to Kiriko in the past. We don't know that. Maybe he had an affinity for thing and Kiriko maybe turned him down, and I guess this is in a sweet way, in a weird way, his ideal of getting Kiriko. Oh, well, if I can take advantage of this boy who's in his sister's body, well, it doesn't matter. The kid looks up to me. The boy looks up. The boy only needs me. No, now Kiriko's confused, like, Robin, what the hell are you doing and everything? And it just gets to the point where like he's obviously forcing his hand on Kiriko, and like he grabs Kiriko's head and it's like saying like, you know, well, I think Robin asked like the question like, what's your name? And Kiriko's like, I'm Haruki, pretty much. But you know, he's like, no, look at the mirror truly. And you know, now Kiriko doesn't see her dude side. He just sees pretty much her sister's face. And pretty much Robin forces her down and pretty much just like, Haruki, you know, I want you to look at what I'm going to do to your sister's body. Pretty much pretty much telling you that he's going to do the R word on the sister's body, which it's absolutely disgusting. And obviously they cut back to Maru, and Maru can't really do anything because he doesn't know. But maybe he goes over there to save Kiriko in the season finale. But this was a disturbing episode, man. And I don't know, maybe Robin goes fully through with this disgusting act, and you know, he does it for the night, and I guess forcefully makes Kiriko stay there, so he can continue to do that. But it really goes to show that Robin deep down was not a good person. Absolutely disgusting. This was probably the most dark. Well, it's definitely one of the darkest Heavenly Delusions episodes. But this, by far, out of all the 11 episodes so far, it was the most disturbing one. And there were disturbing moments in this show so far, but this by far is disturbing because it's a guy openly forcing himself on the dude's sister's body, but at the same time, he's also, you get what I mean. He's also R-wording the boy too. So it's really disturbing, man. And like, because it's crazy, because he's he's making obviously our boy watch the sister's body pretty much get R-worded, like right in front of him, and there's nothing he can do because obviously he's handcuffed and he's in a girl's body, and predominantly men's bodies are stronger than women's bodies. So it's just disturbing, but hopefully Maru like wakes up or something like that to go save Kiriko, and we can get the conclusion to this story and hopefully get maybe a potential confirmation of a season 2, because I really am going to be very interested to see more of this show, because this show was absolutely crazy and I want to see more of this show. But anyways, that's pretty much it of this episode for Heavenly Delusions as well. So yeah, anyways, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Heavenly Delusions content. Go into the last episode, as well as hit that subscribe button if you want to get any more anime content I upload to the channel. So yeah, until then guys, stay safe out there, have a great rest of your day or night or when you watch this video. Until then guys, peace.